Welcome to the 8th oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Rebels will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 20. Gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Hey, flim, flam, bim, bam, Ole Miss. By golly, and welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, where the Rebels are ready to take the field. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Nittany Lions will put toe to leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The give is to Williams. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. He's going for the big play. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking to throw on first down. Extending the play. Got it in the middle. It's Martin. Stumbled to the ground.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Back to pass on second down. Got the big tight end on the corner route. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one, the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out, out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quarterback extends the play. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Wants to fire on second down. Throws for the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
How about that? That's already the third target this guy has had. On the opening drive of the game, he is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
On third down, he drops to throw. Under fire. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
4th down. They'll throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Oh, got it in stride inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Rebels! That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Just a short pass to the tight end. At midfield, he's got room. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He wants to throw it again. Got it in the middle, it's Martin. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Quick completion on the out route. He's inside the 15. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll take it himself. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. The official says no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Oh, and this receiver with his speed, he's a guy you know this QB is going to look for, especially on these deep shots. You just can't overthrow him when he's that wide open. That's a huge missed opportunity.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it, make sure you keep possession.
While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Pressure coming. Pulls it in. It's Jefferson. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Watkins. There he goes. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. 1st down here for the offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Crosses to 35. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
To the air on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the 1st half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Another 1st down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
The Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. On the move. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the 1st half for the home team.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the 1st one they've used this half. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this 1st half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. On the move. It's a fumble. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense very lucky to get that football back.
Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Offense, quick tempo.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Forced out of the pocket. It's picked off, and another empty drive.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Power football with the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Hand off from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Rebels! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's open on the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass. Fires to the right. Complete downfield.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Wants to go up top on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw again. That's caught. It's Martin. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unleashes one. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Takes a hit as he fires. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
Looking for the end zone. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Rebels will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. State sends the offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. The Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. To the air on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that's when the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep. Not able to connect there.
So now it's second and long. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. To the air on second down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Throwing on the run. And it's caught inside the 15. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Catch in the middle, it's Miller. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off play action on first down. He lets one fly deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, I always say this, when you're backed up on offense, those are some of the best opportunities to take deep shots. In all likelihood, the defense is expecting run. You're going to try and buy yourself a little bit of real estate, so they're playing press man coverage, and that's when you want to take advantage of that coverage. But the defense doing a really good job on the back end that time, being in position, forcing the incomplete.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Fires to the tight end. Ball is loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
They recovered their own fumble, but now it's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught, close to the marker, it's Cunningham. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And the Rebels in a good spot here with second and short.
Ringo, Cobra.
Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got a chance. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
The Rebels have this offense rolling. From the gun, running back on the move. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Cunningham. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. And the Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
On the set. Come on, set.
Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Martin. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Nittany Lions want to move quickly. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires left. He makes a catch. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Martin. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Nittany Lions can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Williams. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Might as well give it to him again.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. Off the boot, looking for his man. Scrambling away. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And the big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Finds his tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. And the Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo.
With you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the 4th.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Under fire. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They just keep firing. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Another incompletion on third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. He's going to let it go. Makes a catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Miller. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. The Nittany Lions really need to keep this drive alive on third down. This quarterback, part of their running game. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. First down for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Miller.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Zings it complete to the right. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Makes the catch. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Gonna run it. It's Martin. Powers through. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now on third down for this offense. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, Ole Miss.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll take a deep shot here. Reels it in down the left side. The Rebels in the hurry-up. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Corners are going to bail. They'll start this drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They'll go back to the air on second down. He tries to take the top off. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Off play action. Bringing the heat. He'll try to do it himself. Those defenses were smelling blood, and the quarterback got down. Smart move. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.